So I've been asked if my grinder, the TimeMore Nano, is good for espresso machines. And I actually haven't used this for an espresso machine, but luckily I can see the consistency of this because I do have a Kruve Sifter that comes with a bunch of different type of sieves to know what consistency my grinder has. And according to their pamphlet, or I don't know what that's called, right? It says that I should be using the 250 to 500 microgram sieves. Sorry. So let's do that. So the Kruve is actually a pretty cool tool to have, and not just in a cupping lab, but in the house as well, to see the consistency of your grind. Again, according to them, I should be using the 250 and 500 sieve. So let me just double. So this is the 250, and then I have to look for the 500 one, which, if I am not wrong, nope, not this one, not this one, not this one, nor this one, nor this one here. Okay, so I'll be using two of them, and theoretically speaking, 70% of my coffee should be between this. So how does this thing work? For starters, there's 3 compartments here, right? So the sieve, which has the smallest openings, the 250 in this case, should come in the bottom one, and then the 500 one should be put here. Then I put it together, I weigh the amount of coffee, and I shake it. Now after that, after like a minute, according to what they also say, after a minute of shaking it both ways, I figure out if 70% of that weight is in between here. Okay, so I do have the sieves in here, right? My TimeMore Nano can hold around 18 grams of coffee all the way to the top. Yeah, probably a couple beans more, but 18, we'll do 18, okay? Now, the smallest you can grind in this one, it says to be 6, not anything finer than 6 clicks, right? So 6 clicks, you shouldn't grind at 6 clicks. I'm gonna do, let's say, 8 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see how well it does with 8 clicks. Sorry. The only little small downsides I can think of before even sieving it is that it will take long to grind 18 grams of coffee. Why? Because, probably because it's a smaller grinder, right? So it'll take a couple of minutes, probably like 4 to 5 minutes maybe. I haven't timed it yet, I just started. But let's see how long it takes to grind this. Okay, so in all honesty, 15 grams took around 40 minutes. And if your average espresso machine has, I think, from 8 to 10 or 12 grams, it will take a lot of time. So let's see if it's actually capable of grinding as fine. And to be honest, it did look very, very fine. Okay, let's see. So I've shaken this for around a minute, right? And it looks very promising, actually. Let me weigh. So 15% of 70% of 15 grams is 10.5 grams, right? So let's see how much coffee is left in the first sieve. It did not tear it. Give me a second. Tearing it. we have 2 grams on the upper seed, so in the 500 microns. Then let me get, this is the middle one. This is the one that should be around 10.5, and it does look something like it. It has 13 grams there. So yes, and there's still some coffee left there. So probably it might get up to 14. So consistency wise, it is super consistent. Let's check just the bottom one. We have 1 gram, okay, on the bottom sieve. So I'd say, give me a second, I'm gonna do that. 14 divided by 15, we have 93%, okay, of the grounds being in the middle, being right where they should be. Now, the very big huge downsides I see to that, or using this nano as an espresso grinder, is that it'll take an hour. But all in all, it is capable of doing it. That is what we were tasting, and that was the initial question, right? It is capable of grinding to a very fine espresso level kind of grounds. This is a great tool. I do suggest you get it for having consistency on your coffee shops or in your labs or anything. And I have to say, this is a great, I love my little grinder here. It's compact and everything, and it's great for like pour overs or aeropress. It takes me 20 to 45 seconds, depending on which method I'm using, to actually grind 18 grams or 17 grams or 12 grams, right? So it's really good for the mid-size or very coarse kind of grounds. So I hope that answered the question about if this can grind to an espresso level.